You ever look around and feel like you're not even in the same reality as everyone else? Like the whole damn world is sleepwalking, laughing, partying, talking about nothing, chasing trends like it's oxygen while deep inside, something in you is screaming to break out. Not because you want to be famous, not because you want to prove something, but because you know you weren't built for average. You weren't born to be another nobody with a fake smile. You were born to be the glitch in the system, the virus they never prepared for, the storm they can't predict. So let's get one thing straight right now. This isn't a feel-good fairy tale. This is a message to the ones who've been overlooked, underestimated, and left in the dark. Because I know what you really are. You're unbreakable. They wrote you off early. Maybe it was your family. Maybe your teachers. Maybe your so-called friends. They told you to be realistic. Tone it down. Don't dream too big. Just be normal. And you almost believed them. You almost let the world shrink you. You almost traded your fire for comfort. Almost. But there's something different about people like us. Something raw. Something untamed. We're not fueled by applause. We're fueled by silence. We don't need a crowd, we need a reason. And once that reason shows up, we become dangerous. We've walked through storms others couldn't survive. We've heard the words, "You'll never make it," too many times to count. And still we kept showing up. Still we kept breathing. That ain't luck, that's discipline. That's hunger. See, there comes a moment. A switch flips. Maybe it's betrayal. Maybe it's failure. Maybe it's just that one moment you look in the mirror and say, "Nah, this ain't it." And from that moment on, you move different. You think sharper. You train harder. You speak less, observe more. That's how monsters are made. Not the evil kind, but the kind that rise when everyone else folds. The kind that feel pain but don't show it. The kind that hear doubt and smirk. The kind that walk through hell without blinking. Because we ain't scared of the fire, we were born in it. Pain? We wear that like armor. Loss? We turn that into fuel. Loneliness? That's our training ground. You think isolation breaks us? Nah. It molds us. Because when you got no one to lean on, you realize you never needed anyone to begin with. They thought they buried you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And now, you're rising, rooted in struggle, watered by rejection, fed by solitude. And every time they tried to break you, they were just sharpening your edges. You're not rising for revenge. You're not here for attention. You're rising because you finally understand. You don't need the world to love you. You just need to become someone you respect. You no longer look for escape, you look for challenge. You no longer seek comfort, you seek discomfort. Because that's where growth lives. That's where power's born. You ain't the same anymore. You've died 1,000 deaths and come back smarter every time. Now you walk with your head up, not 'cause you want approval, but 'cause you earned it in silence. You're no longer asking for permission. You're no longer chasing validation. You've outgrown the games, the noise, the need to explain yourself. Because when power becomes quiet, it becomes permanent. You don't announce your growth anymore. You show up, you dominate, and you vanish. They won't see you coming, but they'll feel the shift. Every room you enter, every project you touch, every silence you leave behind. You're not the same. You're a threat now, a ghost to the old you, a legend in the making. You don't post about the grind, you live it. You don't chase clout, you chase mastery. Let them call you distant. Let them say you changed. Good, because you were never meant to stay the same. One day they'll study you, not because you were loud, but because you were undeniable. They'll ask, how did they do it? And the answer will be simple. You never quit. You didn't wait for perfect timing. You didn't ask for a sign. You built in silence. You rose in shadows. You earned everything they tried to gatekeep. You turned pain into power. And now you're untouchable. This ain't motivation. This is transformation. You ever look around and wonder, how the hell are these people so damn content with mediocrity? How do they scroll through life like zombies, laugh at the same recycled jokes, repeat the same 9-to-5 routine, living for weekends like that's the peak of human existence? But here's the truth, they'll never admit they're scared. Scared of doing more. Scared of seeing someone like you rise while they rot in comfort. And that's why they talk. That's why they throw shade. That's why they label ambition as arrogance, silence as weird, and your intensity is dangerous. Because it threatens their illusion. You walk in like a storm they can't predict, and suddenly, their excuses start to sound weak, even to themselves. Johan Liebert? He didn't crave chaos for no reason. He didn't just want control, he wanted to unravel the fake smiles, the hypocrisy, the illusions. He stared into humanity's soul and saw fear masked as morality, weakness masked as kindness, and he said, no more. Now, I'm not saying go tear the world apart, but I am saying, if you keep pretending to be something you're not just to be liked, then you're killing the only real version of yourself. Slowly, quietly, and one day, you'll wake up and not recognize the person in the mirror, a product of everyone else's expectations, not your own fire. Let them call you heartless. Let them say you've changed. Because truth is, you're not the same person who used to beg for attention, laugh to fit in, or apologize for existing too loudly. You're becoming something they never prepared for. You ever feel like you were born to disrupt? To be the fracture in a system that's built on lies? Then own that. That's not a flaw, that's your edge. They can't teach it, they can't copy it, and they damn sure can't stop it. See, you don't need their permission to evolve. You don't need validation to sharpen your mind. You don't need followers to move like a king. All you need is to remember why you started. The nights you cried in silence. The mornings you didn't want to wake up but did anyway. The rage that turned into fuel. The pain that forged your presence. You are not built to blend in. You are not born to be background noise. You are the echo of every silent scream that never got heard. And now, it's your time to speak in action so loud they'll have no choice but to listen. So here's your final order. If you felt this in your soul, then don't just scroll. Tap into it. Move different. Think deeper. And act with a purpose so real, even your silence will make noise. Like the damn video. Comment, I'm becoming unbreakable. If you've had enough of being ignored.